Okay, so let's do an opening prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you for the opportunity to meet a new friend. Please allow our guides to put a protective circle around us for the rest of the evening. Put our abilities to open up, help us to connect to the other side, and allow Spirit to come forward and give us evidence of proof of life after death and evidence of continued existence. Please help us to build up some healing energy during the circle, which we'll ask to distribute in the closing prayer. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so what we're going to do now is ground and open. So since this is your first time, Kate, just follow my voice and just in your head, just do exactly as I describe. Close your eyes, make sure you're sitting relaxed, make sure your legs are uncrossed. Take a deep breath, hold it to the count of 3, and exhale. Now take another deep breath. Now this time, before you exhale, I want you just to clear your mind of everything. And as you exhale, just clear everything out of your mind. All the day's activities, all the distractions, all your wants, all your desires, just completely clear your mind so that all you can see is just a white, cloudy light. Now take one final deep breath. And that last twitch in your finger, that last irritation, just get rid of it as you breathe out. You've now grounded yourself, so you're now ready to open. I want you to follow my description and put it in your head. You're in the roots of a tree. You're just energy in those roots. Work your way up the roots. The roots are getting thicker. Keep going up. Eventually, you work your way into the trunk of the tree. Now, it's an old tree. It's an oak tree. There's 100 rings inside the trunk of the tree. And just crawl up through the trunk. It's strong, it's sturdy, up to the first branch that you come to. And of course, it's the biggest, strongest branch in the tree. Work your way up that branch. It splits again. Just keep following it until eventually you come to the twig at the furthest bit away from the body of the tree. And at the end of that twig, there's a leaf. And it's an autumn leaf. It's a curled up, dry, brilliant red and brown leaf. Move your energy into the leaf. And as you move into the leaf, it begins to uncurl. And as it uncurls and comes to life, it turns to the bright yellow summer green of a summer leaf. Finally, it's fully open, enjoying the sunlight, and you are now fully open. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Okay, so that is how you open. And what we're going to do now is a guided meditation. So again, just relax, close your eyes, listen to my voice. Feel the comfort of the chair. It's your chair. You sit in it. It's angled to the contours of your body. So just completely relax. Just feel as though you've gone to sleep. Just let your mind relax. But you're not going to sleep. I want you to spiritually step out of your body. Stand up. Take a step away from your body. Turn around and have a good look. First at yourself. You're identical to yourself as your spiritual form. There's no difference between you and your body, except your energy, your spiritual energy. Look at your body and realize it's just an earthly set of clothes that you temporarily inhabit for the decades that you're alive on this planet. Have a good laugh at yourself. Remember what you were like 20 years ago or 10 years ago. Think of what you're going to look like in 10 years from now. And realize it doesn't matter. It's just a set of clothes. And like all clothes, you wear it and it gets worn out and eventually you'll move on. Well, turn around now. Work your way through your home. Go out of the room you're in. Work your way through the corridor to the front door. Go out the front door. You may be in a garden, you may be on the main street, you may be in another hall. You keep working your way out until you find yourself on the main street. Now, you didn't know it, but there's a bus stop outside your home. So wait at that bus stop. You're waiting for the spiritual bus, and here it comes down the road. It's like the old London buses from 75 years ago, that if you come over to London or other cities in Britain, you'll see in museums. It's a red bus, it's 2 levels. The upper level is open. The lower level's got a man standing, taking your coins, giving you a ticket. The bus stops. He says, come on aboard, take out your coins, hand them to him. It's the exact money. He twirls his ticket machine and he gives you a paper ticket. And it says 2-way journey. So go up the stairs, find a comfortable seat at the front of the bus and sit down. And everybody else that's out and about on guided meditations from all over the world are sitting on this bus today. And we're all going on an adventure together. The bus starts up, the engine chugs, and it drives down the road. Now, I don't know what you call a motorway. I think you call it a freeway, but the nearest freeway junction, the bus drives up onto it. And you start cringing because looking at the speed the bus is going at, you know that there's no way it's going to go fast enough for the freeway. And yet it does. And the wind on your face gets stronger and stronger as we actually move into the overtaking lane and overtake all the expensive cars. There's a man in a Lamborghini looking up at you, wondering how this antique of a bus is leaving him standing there. The exhaust pipe fumes covering his car. There's a Rolls Royce, there's a Jaguar, there's a big Discovery. Every kind of expensive car, there's a driver out tonight, and they're all zooming along, they're all speeding, and this bus is just zooming past them. Of course, we're breaking the speed limit. Unfortunately, we just overtook the local traffic cops. The blue or red lights go on, they start chasing us, and they're screaming, that they're actually hanging out the windows, screaming at us to slow down. The bus driver just puts his hand out the window and waves bye-bye to them as we go even faster. Now, if you've ever seen a movie called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, you know the magic car with the wings. And all of a sudden, the bus sprouts 2 huge pairs of mechanical wings that pull out and start flapping, and the bus takes off. We're now traveling at jet speed. So you better really pull that safety cord that's on the seat just around you, just in case. And the bus driver gets a wee bit carried away and starts doing a double somersault. But don't worry, the G-forces keep you in the seat of the bus. And we keep going, up and up, through the clouds, eventually into the starlight. Don't worry, we're not going exploring, we're not going very far. We're just going as far as that big silver planetoid, the moon. The wheels are still turning, the bus is still driving, even although there's nothing to drive on. Don't worry about the air, you're spiritual. And we keep going. Finally, the bus begins to slow down. Don't need the wings anymore because we're in space, there's no air to fly in, so they get pulled in. And we slow down, and we land on the moon. And we're still driving, leaving tracks behind us. Somewhere on planet Earth, there's an astronaut at NASA pointing a telescope at us, wondering where these tracks are coming from. But never mind, we'll let them come up with UFO theories. Finally, up ahead, there's a big crater, and in that crater, there's a city. And the bus pulls up into the city. Now, this is a spiritual city. It could be anywhere, but they've built it on the moon in a crater so that we on the planet Earth can't see it. The bus comes to a stop at the bus stop. Everybody gets off, walk around, have a look. Spirits everywhere from every age that you can imagine. Ancient history, prehistory, modern history. There's even some spirits from the future here, because we're timeless in the land of spirit. Time means nothing here. Walk around, find the town hall. Now the mayor comes out to meet you. He says, "Hello and welcome. I wondered how long it would take you to get here. He takes you up the steps, takes you into the town hall, where the councillors are all meeting, and they're discussing something of great importance, some rule and regulation relating to drainage on the moon. And it all finishes, and the councillors get up, and they all say, let's go to the canteen. And they take you to the canteen. Now, to say it's a canteen is an understatement. The food on the other side is delicious. It's just a sandwich that you get. It's a canteen, but you sit down with the mayor, you taste that sandwich, and on your taste buds, it explodes. Whatever your favourite food in life is, the best, most delicious meal you have ever had, that's what it tastes like. And you experience it again. Finally, one of the councillors stands up and he says, come with me. I want to show you something. So you, very plussed, you walk with him over to a door. He opens the door and he says, just step in. You go through the door and you find yourself in what I describe as your safe room. It's a room from your imagination. It may be from your childhood. It may be a room that you live in just now. It may be a completely fictitious room, but it's the room that you go to in your subconscious when you want to feel safe. You may not be aware of it, but it's there. Everything in the room is perfect. The ornaments are where they should be. The furniture is all styled to make you feel comfortable. There's 2 chairs in this room. One is empty and it's waiting for you. And in the other one, don't get too excited, but it's your loved one who's waiting to meet with you. I don't know who it is. You do. They've been waiting for you. They stand up, embrace one another as whatever's appropriate for that person, then walk together to the 2 chairs and sit down. Now I'm going to leave the 2 of you together for the next few minutes. This is your time. Spend it wisely. Speak to them. Tell them whatever you need to tell them. Listen to whatever they've got to say to you. And when I come back, it'll be time to come back. But for now, enjoy your time with your loved one. Okay, so tune into my voice again. I know it feels like a very short time, but it's time to come back now. Your loved one knows that it's time to leave. So time for final words. Stand up together. Final handshake, final embrace. Turn around, walk back towards the door. Your loved one knows it's time to leave. Don't look back. They've already left. Come through the door. Counsellor's waiting for you, smiling and laughing, so cheer up. Takes you back, hands you another plate with a biscuit on it. Taste it. Your taste buds explode again. Now, the mayor says, come along, takes you down to the front, produces a big bell, rings it. Everybody's gathering around the foot of the steps. All the people on the bus are at the top of the steps. They've all been having similar experiences as yourself at different bits of the town. And the mayor just gives a short speech. She says, thank you very much to the bus driver for bringing everybody here. It's been a pleasure meeting you all, but we know it's time for you to go back. But don't worry, at some point in the near future, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after, you'll be coming back and you'll be communicating with us in the meantime. Walk down the steps. The bus is waiting for you. Show your return ticket. Find a comfortable seat downstairs this time, having experienced the G-forces the last time. The bus driver hoots the horn. Everybody gets out the way. He starts driving. Gets the speed up. The wings come out. This time a little rocket comes out the rear end and gives it a lift. And the rocket bus takes off, goes in a straight line back towards a big green blue ball in the sky. You get closer and closer. Finally, you come to the outer atmosphere, go through the clouds. A jumbo jet's flying past, and the pilot looks up, more than perplexed at seeing a bus flying in front of him at high speed with a rocket sticking out the end. Just wave to the pilots and they wave back. You know that nobody's going to believe them. The bus begins to slow down, comes back down to the freeway, the motorway, going in the opposite direction. The wings disappear, still going at high speed. The police car does a U-turn and is driving the wrong way down the other side, hooting at their horns, desperately trying to get the bus to stop. The bus driver finally pulls up to a stop in a side lane. The police car, somehow or other managed to pull over. They come up and they speak to the driver, and it turns out that they're actually friendly with the driver. They're just annoyed that they didn't get their tickets in time to go on the bus. They exchange laughs and handshakes. The driver gets back into the bus, starts up again, comes off the freeway. You find yourself in your local area, and you come into your own street, back to that mysterious bus stop, get off the bus, go up to your front door or gate, turn around and look, and the bus and the bus stop are gone, and it's just your normal street. One of your neighbours is walking past, and they wave up to you. Go in, work your way back to the room. There's your body waiting for you. Take possession, sit down, just feel yourself getting comfortable again. When you're ready, open up your eyes and come back and join us. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for a very productive evening. Thank you for all the connections that we made to the other side. Thank you to all our guides for working brilliantly together. Now, I asked at the beginning to build up the energy. I can feel huge amounts of energy. If there's anyone here that needs any healing, or if you know anyone that needs any healing, in your mind or out loud, just say that person's name now.
April.
Any healing that is left, please send it to Ukraine, a usual request. Find one person there that you can help with that energy, whether it's healing, synchronicity, or just slapping them or pushing them, whatever's required. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so let's do a closing. Just close your mind, close your eyes, relax. Picture the open yellow-green summer leaf. The leaf is now curling up. As it curls up, it turns autumn brown, golden brown. Move your energy into the twig, into the branch. Move through the branches into the trunk of the tree. It's an old tree, a thick tree, thin trunk. Work your way down the trunk, into the roots, down, all the way. The roots are getting thinner and thinner, until finally at the tip of the roots, just be aware that Mother Gaia Earth is covering you, enclosing you, and firmly know that you are now closed. And when you're ready,
I'm feeling the name Tam. It might be Tom, but possibly Tam coming through. Obviously this is a male mouse spirit. Can you take a father called Tam? Yes, you can. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, are you happy for me to give you the message that your father wants to give you? Yeah. Okay. Apparently, there's a new flavour of cheese in your life that you've been nibbling in the house that you live in. You've been very careless though. You've been leaving crumbs around. The human occupiers in the house have noticed. Now, I know that your father said you've been eyeing up a very large, juicy chunk of this cheese, and you're very tempted. He says to be very, very careful, because apparently there's a price with this cheese. Something about, I'm getting the letter T. Could you take the name? Yeah, I know you've already taken the name Tam for your father, but I'm getting another meaning for the letter T. Trump? Do you know someone called Trump? No, certainly the cheese would tie in with being expensive. That may just be symbolic for expensive cheese, but I think there's more here. Trap. Mousetrap? Do you understand what a mousetrap is? Well, this is connected to the cheese, so your father's very adamant about this. Don't go anywhere near this cheese anymore. I'll leave that with you. Now, what I just did is an example of the type of evidence I would give, and of course the type of message I would give. Now, I know many of you aren't doing mousetraps, but please let the symbolism stand for the purposes of the advert. Now, so you want to sit in a circle, okay? Well, you're going to have to go through a few disciplines first before you can get open and receive a message. I will take you through grounding yourself first. That's a meditative exercise. I will then take you through what's called a guided meditation with images. At the end of that guided meditation, you should be receiving a message directly from one of your own loved ones. Usually people, when they come to the first circle, get a direct message themselves from a loved one. It's usually quite overpowering on the first time for them. That's not really the purpose of the guided meditation. It's to take you to a higher level of awareness for the purposes of the circle, so that when I'm training with you, I myself know that you're getting messages from the other side, and we can work out more physically how Spirit are communicating with you, as opposed to having to worry too much about teaching you how to make the connection. Obviously, we do cover that in a lot more depth when you come back for more circles, but for your first circle, it's important that you get validation directly yourself and giving and receiving a message. And the guided meditation is a method, as I said, I am able to get you into a state where you're able to do that. If you would like to join a circle, please get in touch on the main website. There is a new website being set up called onlinemediumreadings.com, but the only mediums that are going to be on that website are trained by myself. Who am I? I'm Marc Stuart, the Scottish medium. Please just do a search for that term, Marc Stuart Medium, on Google. You'll find about 2 pages of references for myself. Do your research before you book me. Do your research on any medium before you book them. And if you find a medium you like, go with them. And please, people, remember, keep the heat and get the messages.
Open up.